I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
That Sports for the best authentic sportswear. You check Wilton Sports when you want the best authentic sportswear. Wilton Sports. Food change advertising. And for roll out the numbers. Remember, no easy laugh, no off.
Some sports store for take notes. Them full of dreams and hopes. Then why them come and sell rope? When there is only one, yeah, there is only one goat. And that's a Wilson, yeah, that's a Wilson, yeah, that's a Wilson Sports. Yeah, ball boots, ball tops, ball shots, string yard, ball socks. Them kind of drip you quick for make your ex call back. Little quickness in my boots and ball out, me want that. My Nike ticky pretty and my Adidas all black. Dribble down you feel it, grip me feel me can't drop. Slide tackle all my own a team and know this not pop. Why? Because I'm buy the supper.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manning's man. Yes, and this is the big one. Bless up to every single person in the comment section, from KW Media to man like Drew Ross, aka Drew Fortis, man like Football Guru. Yeah, fresh God. You understand me, the blessed one, you understand me. Big up yourself. My general. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, fresh God. Giving you all the update on the football. Eagle Republic. Full speed. Fireman. Blessings. Do you mean fireman? There, man. Yeah, man. We are here, people. Live and in living colors. Young Cryptic. You understand me? Bless up yourself. You know that, people, it is a very abbreviated show, probably around an hour. So normally we take 30 minutes before we take your calls. We're going to just remove that so you can call as soon as you are ready. Everybody, like the people them love one thing with Fresh God. Now Fresh God always a pressure me, because Fresh God want to hear all of the news and the JPL, But the JPL, there are some games in the JPL today. Let me just give it them quickly. You understand me? So we can get into some good discussion at the latter stage of this thing. So we have Treasure Beach FC. They'll be going up against Humble Lion at 3 p.m. at St. Elizabeth Technical High School. You understand me? So that is Treasure Beach FC versus Humble Lion FC at Stets. Then we have the big one. This is a big game. You understand me? I believe the senior national coach will be there, and John Wall and others. It will be Portmore United versus Mount Pleasant Football Academy. Just on a note, I understand that there was a player from Waterhouse on loan at Harborview. His name is Shaquille Bradford. Shaquille Bradford, I understand, is on the move and will be done in the colors of Mount Pleasant United. I think that is on the back of that player from overseas, Cairo, not acclimatizing to conditions at Mount Pleasant, so he went back home. And so there's a quick replacement in the one, Shaquille Bradford, formerly of Camperdown, also was at Waterhouse, had a little stint overseas, went on loan out by Harborview. I don't know, maybe scoring so many goals, I don't know, maybe Harborview could not afford the cost, the price tag on him. And so Mount Pleasant looking for goal scorers. They will be without a couple of players because the one, as you know, Devontae Campbell, just training. It's not like a trial. So when you see him, don't say him fail. Like as soon as people see him come back, see it, and next one go over there and don't make it. That is not the idea. In fact, I think it would have better if they had not said a whole lot of things about the Devontae Campbell move, because it's just 10 days of training. Of course, it would be good if he did well and the club would take him, but that's not necessarily the purpose. It is to begin the exchange between Mount Pleasant and Charlton, the club Charlton in England. So that's a good move for the youngster. Still a young player, you understand me, on the brink of 20 years old, so still has a lot of time, a lot of potential. And so we could see a few players out at Mount Pleasant just want to confirm some of those things, because by the end of the window, some of the familiar faces will not be there again. As they bring in, they're also releasing. We also have Montego Bay, the new look Montego Bay United. They'll be going up against Limehall Academy out at West Pow Park. I want you to know as well that over there at West Pow Park, the Mobile United team, Owen Garden, Turtleman is back there, Jordan Fletcher is back there. So there are a few players that they are pulling back into ranks there at Mobile United, looking for a push in this year's Premier League. Then we have Waterhouse versus Tivoli Gardens at Waterhouse, and we have Cavaliers return. We see the return of Dwayne Atkinson, and we also see King out there as well. They will be going up against Harborview, who has lost one of their key players in Shaquille Bradford, probably the player who has scored the most goals for them in a season and a half, and even earned a call up to the Jamaica national senior men's team, where he played in a friendly against Guatemala in New Jersey late 2023. So very unfortunate that loan move, that loan deal wasn't confirmed or wasn't sealed. Dre Anyweather seemed to have stopped sending his money to support Harborview. You understand me? They are unable to pay the cost, and losing a very good player. I think Shaquille Bradford is one of the better off the ball movers in the Premier League. He has a knack for scoring goals as well. I think he will add to the firepower there at Mount Pleasant. It is also interesting to see, because from my sources, Akwasa Chang was contemplating I heard through the grapevine a move away from Mount Pleasant. But I'm not sure that that will materialize because I think he serves great value there at the club. He's a very, very important player. And one of the things with a lot of players in Jamaica is once they're not, and I always tell people this, I remember when I used to do my team that a lot of players in Jamaica, they don't train, they only train to play. So when they train just to play, a lot of them don't um I don't think they look at it as their development or their growth. That's part of the issue, I think, with the football. From where I stand sometimes, and I'm telling you why. Why I'm saying that. When they are not starting, they want to leave and they want to go to a club just because they want to start, instead of training harder to get into a starting 11. And I think sometimes you have to do that. I doubt that a player with the right discipline and scoring consistently would be benched by any sensible coach. That's just my perspective. So I would say to the players, instead of just keep on moving up and down, just fight for your game and play. I know that Limal has also brought in some players. They have brought in a couple of strikers. And now they are looking at bringing in Oakley and Pine. So they are bringing back some players who they believe can help them to creep out or to run out of the relegation fight that they are in. I feel it for them, man, because you want them to do well, but it's becoming a common pattern that the teams that come up to the Premier League, they go back down, and it is unfortunate. There's no stability with them. We see even news in the EPL today that more points could be deducted from Everton. They had already lost 10 points. It looks like they could lose another 10. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Everton, I mean, they are bound to be relegated. This is unbelievable. I think one of the things also, let me just say this, right? Let me come back to the local league. I think the JPL need to update the transfers and the movement of players. And again, I keep on saying it. A lot of the clubs in Jamaica, they are very secretive. And that's part of why the football is not growing. If you are buying a player, you need to say, listen, we are looking at these players. Put rumors out there. This is how you get buzz around the league. But everything in Jamaica concerning the football is this private secret society. And so there's no a lot of commercial or promotional activity behind a lot of these things. So you don't know who is where until you see them run out and play, and you say, oh, me never know so this man. You can't operate like that. Call the media. Find somebody in the media. And tell them, it don't have to be me, but at least tell somebody so the information can start leaking out. That's the kind of information we're supposed to be leaking in football. Which player going where? Which player being transferred here, there, and stuff like that. That's the kind of information that needs to be leaked. That's it. Understand that Nottingham Forest could be deducted some points as well, right? Yeah. I don't understand why everything concerning player movement in our league is like a secret. Most times, the people who view the football on TV. I'm not talking about the ones who go to the training sessions and then turn up at the game. There's also a big block of people who watch the games on TV, the people in the diaspora, people all over the world who have access to this, people in the Caribbean. They don't know who is moving where because there's no information until 1 week they see somebody come off the bench and they run out and they say, oh, this pro, they don't know. This information needs to be made public. Find a reliable source and start putting it out there. I'm telling you, it will create a buzz around the league. So I'm talking to all the clubs in the Premier League. This is a step to take. Humble Lion, most times people outside of probably Clarendon and Effortville or Farm don't know what is happening with transfers in and out at Humble Lion. Most people don't know what is happening with Tivoli Gardens. Most people don't know which player is coming in at Tivoli, which player is going out. Like Warner Brown, who was at Tivoli, ended up at Arnett Garden. Most people didn't know that. Maybe because Mount Pleasant have an active social media platform and they have actually a press officer, some of these things. But a lot of the clubs can do a whole lot better. A whole lot better. Fabian Reed came back to Arnett Garden like a thief in the night. You can't have a big baller like that coming back from India. Marquis did something on Sportsmax. But we should know that, listen, and he's coming back to play for Arnett Garden. Do a big thing. Parker Blacks back in the league. Bam, bam, bam. After a stint in India. That's big news for the JPL fans. So you see, when we're talking about the development of football, these are the little things that need to fix. We're more focused on the national senior team. These are the little things that need to fix in the league. You have to go on. If you don't go on Mobile United social media space, the JPL should have a space where all of this is at. All of this information should be present there. Here's what I know. If your Arsenal information is there, but you can go on Sky Sports and you can see all that is happening from League One to the Premier League in terms of move and rumors. You know, one of the things that people view the most in the summer and in the winter, transfer rumors. We don't have that out here because clubs are too tight-lipped. Yeah. So JPL, Owen, let's see if we can fix that, man. See if we can fix that. Easy fix. Shavan Peart and Military Guna can deal with it for you. Although Shavan Peart say 265 days in a leap year still. They can't work with him. It's just a mistake. We got Shavan Peart. Yeah, man. The other thing that I'll say is this, like, people are losing their appetite. Momentum is being lost. Momentum is being lost. What momentum I'm talking about? You see, when you don't have TV games for a while, people don't anticipate TV games for a while. They have to get back into the groove. So here's what. You see all the games today? There should be big promo on the Portmore Mount Pleasant game, the Cavaliers Harborview game. Big thing should be out there. I don't get no if a big thing about that. Flooded, it should be the talk of the town. Players should have been, listen, the JPL should have assigned teams. Listen, we need some of you to go on certain platforms to talk about these games. These are big games every week. Every single week when we have the games, you need to ask the clubs to send players and coaches to go on the social media platforms, the TV stations, the radio stations, in the newspaper, and talk about these things. See, Fresh God, DeAndre Thomas, don't be holding to Veer. Nobody who know that except for Fresh God. And the people them connected to the clubs and probably in family. Then you would say, you'd see him playing for Veer. Oh, me never know somebody of Veer. That you think that could happen? Not even the team at the bottom of the Premier League. That would happen. If the broadcaster can't carry a game a week, let Military go and do it, man. Give him a look up, you understand me? Give him 100 US. No. But let's adjust something in there. You understand me? If I don't decide I need somebody to do commentary, you don't know. Man, we do some commentary. I'm not going to charge you. You just need a little juice, you know. Throat not get dry. Anyways, so hey, milk cut Wade Brown. Send this to Wade Brown. Send this to Robert Williams. Robert Williams. Yo, Mr. Robert Williams, over there, Irie FM. You know what I mean? Yeah, my brethren. You need to have a 15-minute part of your program every Monday night that is dedicated to what is happening in the JPL, my brother. Yeah? That's so we are going to make the league get hot and on fire. All right? So that's some JPL stuff going on right there. Bless up to the persons who have joined. Jason, I see you. You understand me? Chevan Pierre. This one says, yeah, you know, they can do better. It should be think that it shouldn't be too difficult to partner with one of the regular vloggers for even a weekly overview of the league and for the league to send them information. Definitely. Danny Dread, bless up. Father Bling, you understand me? Santini 876. You know, so far records, a long time, you know. What a go on. Yeah, man. Yeah. So remember, it's an hour show. We're going 22 minutes. As soon as you're ready, call in, make your points, let us know. All right. So I want to talk about this because here's the thing now. You see, all right, people, we have to, a scout, all right, scouts are assigned, all right, so, and I want to make this point. I want to make this point because I think sometimes we need to define roles and responsibility so everything can function accordingly, all right? What do I mean by that? So, if I no TV station. No man, a joke thing. Me I tell you, it's a football girl, a joke thing at Jamaica man. You know, we always find a way to watch. I'll Ghana lose, you know. But we are watch African Cup of Nation. Alright? But here's the problem, you know. Them now cover them thing them man. TV thing at Jamaica a joke right you know. A television is a joke in Jamaica. I am telling you. There's like really and truly, I think watching like Jamaican channel right now has dwindled significantly. People are watching on phone and tablet and computers and them thing there. Oh, somebody says Sportsmark. See it? You not even know say Sportsmark bring it because I don't even bother look over there, but I'll check it out. Big up Sportsmark. But I just use other means that I can to watch the thing. You understand me? I use your Roku TV or something like that. Yeah. So, I don't know. Some of the people them not even watch the African Cup of Nation. Some people are watch West Indies cricket right you know. Because them have Australia must be 59 52. Don't lift your don't people do not get your hopes up on the West Indies. Do not get your hopes up on the West Indies. Alright? Don't talk. Can't say me never won. You know. Can't say me never won. No. All right. Oran Hernandez, bless up yourself. All right. So we need to define people's roles and responsibility in the context. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Dre Anyweather, Harbour View, Cavaliers, 4:30, Sportsmax TV. There you go. Yeah. Just an honorable mention. Let me not talk about it, man. DeAndre Thomas move. Fresh God. Yeah, man. So, who is a scout, people? Big up all of my friends from Trinidad and Tobago. You hear that? Trinidad and Tobago. Big up to all of you. Hear me? Yeah, man, bless up yourself. Dexter, every one of you. Big up yourself, you know. The entire crew out there at the Hazel Crawford Stadium. Yeah. And at the Hilton, bless up on yourself, you know. Yeah. So, let's talk about this. A scout. So let's talk about scouting in Jamaica. All right. So if Management is watching his television and he sees a very good, say African American or a black player playing in England, and the name is like Spencer or Spence, the regular Brown or James, some of those names. And I start doing some research and I realize that, you know what, this player has Jamaican connection and can represent Jamaica. If I begin to put that player on a list and stuff, I am not a scout. That is not scouting in the truest sense. Or that is not your scout for a national team. For you to scout for a national team, there must be collaboration with the federation, collaboration with the head coach to know what the head coach wants, so you know what to look for when you are out there searching. Finding 100 players is not scouting, it is player finding, because to scout for any specific group, if you're scouting for a college, they will tell you what kind of player they are looking for, in what position, all right, or what system they play, so you find a player that plays in that system. So when Arsenal say they send their scout to watch a player, they watch the player and they look for certain things, so they can come back and say, this is what the player did. I'm not talking about just watching on TV, because a lot of people believe that scouting is watching on TV. All right? Here is the issue with watching on TV. On TV, video follows the ball. So many times you don't see all the other, especially some of we watch it on with phone, and some of us who have, a big back TV problems. So to really scout a player, you have to watch the player, not only on the field, but to watch in training. Watch how the player operates, especially with younger players, how they operate in a team setting. Their mannerism. It's more than just watching him score 3 goals or saving 5 shots. While that is important, it goes beyond that. So when we see a player and we say this player can represent Jamaica, that's not scouting. It's good that we have the information, but that is not scouting in the truest sense. All right? So, yeah, man, Oran Hernandez. Isn't Jamaica and Trinidad U20 supposed to be playing a friendly game? Friendly soon? Yeah. Yeah. There should be a friendly match between Jamaica and Trinidad coming up, right? So, the JFF, for example, I understand how they have appointed some scouts to do local scouting. I want to know, like, at what age are they scouting? Because you can't scout for the senior coach, as an example, without having a conversation with the senior coach. He has to tell you what are the criteria that he's looking for in a player in a particular position. before you can say you're scouting for him. Understood? At the same time, I think we need to create the same kind of scouting network in the diaspora, in England, the USA, and in Canada. We had a very good show last night, and I urge all of you, if you were not up, I want you to go back and listen to it in its entirety. Cranky, great host. I came on or called in the latter stages, and then Neo joined the show. And I think what we came up with is a good idea at the under 15 level. And here's what we think is an approach that can be taken at the under 15 level. Because it is at the under 15 level, it's hard, because some kids will even start playing football at that stage, transition to track and field, or move on to educational pursuit, because really a lot of them don't get involved in serious academy in England, for example, at that age. I mean, unless there's some, super talent. All right. I'm talking about like being in the Arsenal Academy and stuff like that. Not a lot of them. So what I believe that we should do, we should have, and I still believe that if we believe that wherever the people are, they are Jamaicans, we all believe that. It simply means that if we have 20 players who play a game in England, it is Jamaica that is playing. Simple. So at the under 15 level, instead of having kids travel to Jamaica, stay at our little center up here and do all of those things and go and play in a tournament, let them camp somewhere in England and let them play European teams in England. They don't even have to play probably national teams if they don't have those available. Maybe they can play like an academy team, I don't know. But you have the Scotland and the Wales and those places close by. Even France is very close to England and it's not far in terms of travel. And we play those teams there. We do the same thing, right? In the US. And we enter them into tournaments in the US. Now, access to the US and Jamaica is a little bit easier, and you'll find that the relationships are closer. All right? So what that would mean is that it's easier now for a kid in Jamaica to probably fly to the States. They probably have visas or green cards and stuff like that. And the kids sometimes in the States they come regularly to Jamaica. But I'd keep a crop of kids in the US, like I said, Freddie Butler and Boris Johnson and Carlton Simmons and Kerry James and Richard Edwards and Trevor Spencer and Thomas is doing all of these guys over there working. Hopeton, all of these guys working to get this done, and they are trying to get other coaches involved in it. The Paul Young sends players to them, and what happens is that you work with these players, and every time they have a game, they play as the Jamaica team, and then you do the same with the ones in Jamaica. When they get to 15 and 16, like we were saying last night, you have a greater pool. All the resources that are needed are provided. I think it would be even easier in those spaces because they have more disposable income, I think, than what is available in Jamaica to do some of that thing. I think if we do that, we will get more players, in terms of to deal with, right? And to have to select from. All right, that's the fresh God say, deal with Gunners boss. Let me see what Gunner. Can't born in America and be a Jamaican. You must come to Jamaica, live there and do what it takes to become a citizen. What the JFF is doing right end up being Gunners boss. I'm gonna take a medication now, man. Easy now. Just relax now, man. Not today. Yeah, not today. Gunners boss, not today. Not today. All right. Please do not pay Gunners boss any mind today, anyone. All right. Do it. Welcome to the show. We have 25 minutes to go. What say you? Oh, jeez. Hold on, the people. I'm not trying to set up the calling thing. Do it. I didn't set up the calling thing. My bad. Oh, my Lord. Gunners boss distracted me, you know. Sure. The madness, man. All right, let's see if I can get Dwight on. I don't know. All right, Dwight. Oh no. All right. All right. Let's hang up. Let's hang up and call back Dwight. Let's hang up and call back Dwight. Let's see. So let's get Dwight. See if this is working. All right. There we go. I think it is working now.
Yes, man, is back. Go on, boss.
Yeah, man. We are here, man. Blessings to you, man. Welcome to the show. You're live, and I am sure sports.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I like your idea by building the youth teams and everything and keeping the teams and then bringing it together. For me, I understand it personally because my brother and I were on the youth teams. We were not U.S. citizens living in the U.S. and we were eligible for what they used to do U16 at the time. Go down to Jamaica regular, obviously born in Jamaica, but we were not eligible for the U.S. team. Didn't want to play for the U.S. team, but wanted to represent Jamaica. But because of school and everything, we couldn't be down in Jamaica as frequent as we wanted to, but we would have still made the effort. So that's number one. So it's good to have the youth them build up to see them represent Jamaica because enough of them want to represent Jamaica. The other thing, and as you say, you tell Gunners boss to take a medication. No people who live in Jamaica right now are not born in Jamaica. They can be born in Trinidad. They are born in multiple places. Man, you can say, if you go to the Manning School right now, you can probably find 25 to 30 youths that were not born in Jamaica.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Right? 25 or 30 youths, but they've been living in Jamaica. No, if he's trying to say, if you're born outside of Jamaica, come to Jamaica and get some experience. Don't just sit overseas and say you're Jamaican. You never really been to Jamaica and you never really do that. Yes, one of the things I'm a strong proponent of is if you want to represent Jamaica in any form or shape internationally, you need to make a couple trips to the island. I do agree with that, but that doesn't disqualify you from doing that because especially when it comes.
But what I'll say though is that would there be someone who actually represent Jamaica in any sporting discipline and not like come to Jamaica at some point? I think that is, yeah.
It has happened. Not in our major sports. It has happened. Part of the reason why because Jamaica doesn't have, how would I put it, a national trials, or it doesn't have annual Jamaica games or a Jamaica event.
Give me an example.
All right. No, I'll tell you. I don't mind telling you. I work with Olympic wrestling in Jamaica.
Yes.
Jamaica does not have an Olympic wrestling trials each year. So there are people in the diaspora that compete in the sport that have never, they don't represent Jamaica right now, but they have never set foot in Jamaica.
Yeah, but I'm saying that
they have their citizenship, yeah. They have their passport. have never physically set foot. And my reply to them, brother, sister, you need to go to Jamaica first before you ever. I tell them that. Because it's not right. If you're going to represent a country, you should, at a bare minimum, visit it at least one time. And that's the bare minimum.
Okay, you mean okay. That I can that I can understand that if you say that at some point the country, but that's what I'm saying. Are there people who have represented Jamaica who have in some sporting discipline and they have never been to Jamaica?
Judo.
Has it? No. What I'm saying, I know that it can happen. What I'm asking is, has it ever happened?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. In judo.
And you said the person has never been to Jamaica?
No, never set foot in Jamaica because the camps, the international organization.
Remember, I can be in judo, and come to Jamaica, but not for judo. I can come to go at Rio with my wife on our honeymoon. I
understand. When I tell you this, there are people who have competed for Jamaica who's never set foot in a Jamaica version.
Okay.
The first time me hear it, I said, what? No, sir. I said, no, you shouldn't make, if you, not only you should get the passport, your first trip that you should make an effort to do before you ask to compete for Jamaica in the Pan Am game, Commonwealth game, CAC game, come to Jamaica one time. At least touch the side, pick up some earth and go back.
Yeah, but isn't that incumbent upon the administrators of those sports that to say, listen, if you're going to the Pan Am Games, we'd love for you to come to Jamaica and then travel with us there. I don't know.
No, because so I'll tell you this. The games provide Commonwealth, CAC, Pan Am Games, Olympic Games. They provide a flight from your place of domicile back to your place of domicile.
I don't think it's a big issue still because if the World Chess Championships are in Japan and there's a Jamaican living in Japan, right? Because he has a Jamaican father went there, so he's a Jamaican. He says, I want to represent Jamaica. And I mean, he has never traveled. I think he can play chess. So I don't have a problem with it still.
Exactly. So that what the scenario that you gave is what usually happens. But what I tell people, me personally, if you want to represent Jamaica, at a bare minimum, as a show of respect to the country, to the people of Jamaica, at least visit it one time before you compete, if possible. If not, come immediately after you compete. That's just me personally what I tell people. Right? So it's just like this. So one of the things like I just talked to my brethren, he just have it in my family in Canada, UK, and America. One of the things
what Antonio Knight is saying is what I am saying is that if I have a chess player, right, say it's sudden, but if it is like years in advance, I think the Jamaica Chess Association should find a way for the person to come to Jamaica and meet their teammates before the tournament. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
But it is not, I don't think, once the person says, I don't think, while the person can make an effort, I think the administrator of that sport should find a way to bring the players, because the first time when some of these players played for Jamaica, like even Ethan Pinnock and Wes Morgan, a lot of these guys in that game against the USA, when the players had the strike, they had not been to Jamaica prior to that, but they were playing for Jamaica. But at some point, they come to Jamaica. So sometimes, depending on when the event is and what you have to do, and when the paperwork comes through, especially with football, because I may have never been to Jamaica, but I want to play at the semifinals of the Nations League. All right, I don't get the paper until 10 days before it starts. So I'm not going to get to come to Jamaica until possibly in June.
All right.
I don't have a problem with that. That's just me still, but I do understand your point. But I don't have a problem with it.
So let me tell you where I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Most of these footballers in Europe, not necessarily in the States, but in Europe definitely, they make over 6 figures in pounds. They make good money. It's not like they can't afford it, right? they should have made the effort to and it even makes their processing of their paperwork faster if they're here in person with pickup. They simply didn't take it upon themselves to decide to come to Jamaica until the opportunity pays for the national team before. To me, I don't agree because a lot of you understand most of the players that are over in UK and Europe, they are making good money to afford a plane ticket, more so than the average Jamaican.
But do it. Let's all right. So let's deal with reality.
Yeah.
All right. So let's use like Dwight McNeil. Let's use Dwight McNeil. People are saying that boy, Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil.
Who's Dwight McNeil?
Dwight McNeil is a player who was at Burnley. He now plays for Everton. And he has Jamaican connection. All right. Jamaican roots. So he could at some point, but he can play for England. So at some point he could play for Jamaica. So say that somebody speaks to him and say, hey, because sometimes this is what happens, you know. Sometimes the players, I know players who did not know that they could represent Jamaica, that now play for Jamaica, but they didn't know.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So sometimes the assumption is we believe that these people know all the stuff concerning to citizenship and that they know that they can play. All right? So say Dwight McNeil, somebody approaches Dwight McNeil and say, hey man, because some players don't know that even Jamaica is interested in them. They just think, okay, if I don't make England, I'll never play international football. Because they don't even think.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. They have to express interest in it.
No man, just hear me out. So I'm just hypothetically speaking, he doesn't think that Jamaica is even interested or they want to play. And so he's just there. I just use it, right? But somebody calls him and says, Dwight, all right, you know that we realize that you have a Jamaican connection and we really would love you to play for us. And he goes, wow, I didn't know that, man. I'm so happy. How do I do that? All right, are you interested? Yes. All right, you need to get this, and this. Okay, I'll get it. And he gets it. Bam, they're trying to get him now and say, all right, let's see if we can expedite this for him to come for the Nation League. I'm saying that is going to be difficult for him to come to Jamaica before he goes to the Nations League. What I'm saying though, but at some point, having represented Jamaica, he's going to end up coming to Jamaica. But it can't be a criteria that you must come to Jamaica before, because I don't think it applies in every case.
So, Balancement, let me give the situation. First of all, that player that you said, just based on the clubs you told me, he can afford a plane ticket to Jamaica. That's number one.
What I'm saying to do it, you're assuming that he knows that one, he has his Jamaican connections mean he can play for Jamaica, so he needs to travel to Jamaica. You're assuming that. You don't know that he knows that.
But Management, if the player himself don't know him family tree, how the JFF supposed to know?
No, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. The player may not know that he